those are the ribbons we've earned, and the Presidential Unit Citation also, because we rescued 400 sailors from the USS, why can't I remember it? It was a cruiser that was sunk by the Japanese, and we rescued 400 of the cruiser's personnel, and that whole ship was just crammed with people, because ordinarily there's no room to waste on there, and we filled it all up with these people.
Wow.
The Helena, that was the name of the cruiser that was sunk. It was at night, and pretty fancy.
Yeah, that is.
This represents 27 airplanes we shot down.
Oh, that's cool.
As a crew. Just because these guns are manned by a certain person or people doesn't mean they shot it down. The cruiser puts up a lot of flak, and the airplane's supposed to run into it.
Oh, okay.
And that's what does it.
That makes
these
sense.
are 5-inch installations here, and there's 5 of them on there, 2 forecastle and 3 in the rear.
Wow.
And then right here you see those little barrels there?
Yeah.
Those are 40mm anti-aircraft guns, and I was in charge of one of those.
Oh, wow.
And on top of that we sank 3 submarines, 3 destroyers, and here's the cruiser
Okay.
That wasn't the cruiser we rescued anybody from. That was a Japanese cruiser.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
I don't know the name of it. But at that same night we sank that cruiser is the night that we rescued all those people.
Wow. That is really cool.
Sinking a cruiser, a jet for a destroyer is a relatively small ship for the Navy, but for a destroyer to sink a cruiser is pretty unusual, and we sank it with these torpedoes that were mounted here and here, and they swing out so that they're pointing not forward but to the side, and they shoot out over the deck and drop into the water, and they're running, and they run into the enemy, hopefully the enemy.
That makes sense. I always wondered how they did that.
Well, we had occasions with these 40mm and 20mm. I don't know if you can even see a 20mm on there. They're mounted on the side of the deck. The ship is only 40 foot wide, 40 feet. So that's not very
much.
wide. No, you don't want it too wide because it draws more water. You can get up speed because he moved pretty fast.
Oh, really?
Considering their size.
Right.
Yeah. And they had these 40mm, like I was in charge of, and then 20mm. 40mm shell is about that big around and about that long. And it gets up in the air and explodes, and they suppose they run into it.
Okay.
But at one time, one of these 20mm guns were manned by a single person. He was shot up pretty bad and couldn't operate, and these airplanes were coming in toward his side and low to the water. And since I didn't have too much to do, my crew was not doing much, but these airplanes were coming in on this 20mm. I hopped on there, and I was able to put a shell into the engine of one of those airplanes and watch that sucker blow up. That felt good. Yeah.
That is so cool. Now, about how many people would man the big ones?